Hey, what's going on, everybody? And once again, this is Mr. Spann coming to you again from Spann TV. And what I want to talk about right now is something a little personal. Um, Not so much like really deep, but it has something to do with how children perceive, race, race in America. Um, it's funny because what really got my mind working on this was, like past couple years, my daughter, she wanted to be Hannah Montana for Halloween, and last year I waited to the last minute, couldn't find a Hannah Montana costume, so she ended up being Supergirl. But this year, she said again that she wanted to be Hannah Montana, and so I'm like, okay, baby, you can be Hannah Montana. I'm cool with that. There's no problem. But a few days ago, we were out running errands, and she asked me had I gone to get her costume yet. And I told her no, I hadn't. I hadn't gone and got I hadn't gotten the costume yet, and she has time. Halloween was still like pretty much a month away. She had time. I'd get the costume. But I kind of teased with her a little bit. I said, well, you want to be Hannah Montana. Why don't you want to be Raven? And my baby, she's like 6 going on 26, and she's just like, I don't want to be Raven. She fat. I don't want to be her. Like, she too big. And I kind of chuckled at the time, because it just seemed, like that was that that little personality coming out, like, she didn't want to be the big girl or whatever. And not to say that Raven is a big girl. I mean, she's kind of chunky. Never mind. But anyway, I was just teasing with my daughter or whatever, and I didn't think nothing else of it. The conversation kind of ended, but we were still out. We were still running errands and stuff, and maybe like an hour or two after that whole Raven Hannah Montana discussion, out of the blue, my daughter just says, "Daddy, I don't want to be Hannah Montana." And I asked her why, and she said, because I'm too dark to be Hannah Montana. And instantly I felt like an ass. I felt like a complete ass, because in the back of my mind, yes, I kind of wanted my daughter to want to be, a black person from television. I kind of wanted that. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be dishonest and say I didn't, but it really wasn't that big of an issue, and I really didn't know that my daughter could pick up on that the way that she did. And I felt bad about it. It's just like, well, baby, you can be whoever you want to be. I'll go get the Hannah Montana costume. And she just, she kind of hung her head a little bit about it. And I feel like, that's sort of my fault, not understanding that even at that tender age of 6, that she does have some type of race awareness. Because, I never mentioned the fact that Raven was black, and we never talked about the fact that, Miley Cyrus or Hannah Montana was white. But it bothered me that my baby at 6 years old picked up on that. And what else? What could I really say other than to say, well, baby, I'm going to get the costume. Don't worry about it. You can be Hannah Montana. And I'm pretty sure, this whole conversation that we had, she's probably forgotten all about it. At least I kind of hope she did. But it just made me very aware that I have to really be careful of what I say around my daughter. I have to be really careful of what type of what she's watching on TV, what type of music she listens to, and honestly, I had to have a conversation with my daughter about race that I really wasn't ready for. I didn't necessarily think that I would have to talk to her at 6 and break down some of those components about race and everything. So what I really want to say is, just be careful about the ideals that you talk about in front of your kids, because your kids do pick up on it. Like I said, my daughter is 6 years old, and I think what happens is we don't give kids enough credit to know. We don't give them, the credit that they really do pick up on these things. They're more perceptive than we picture them to be, or what we figure they will be. But they really are perceptive to a lot of things going on around them. Even if you don't say it outright, they can pick up on it. So, for me personally, I just want to say, for folks to be careful what you say around your kids. Be mindful of how you joke around with your kids. I mean, because it's to a point where, like I said, my daughter is 6 years old, and she already has a perception of what race is. And, she already is thinking that she's too dark to do this, or she's too big to do that, or whatever. So just be careful. That's one thing I've learned, is to just be careful what you say and do around your kids. I mean, it's because they will pick up on it, and it will embarrass you. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. It was something that was on my mind. Hopefully, I mean, I know I put these out for a little bit of feedback to see what other people think on some of these things. So let me know what you think about how kids perceive things, period. Not necessarily just race, but the perceptions that kids have and what's going on around them, whether it be race, whether it be money, whether it be relationships or whatever, where your kids picked up on something that you didn't really necessarily think that they would know anything or have any idea what was going on. So thanks for checking me out. Thanks for watching Spann TV. I'll talk to you guys again soon.